We are here. Welcome to Hashtags and Headlines. My name is Ryan Van Fleet. Everybody at work, this is the podcast voice. It's like a thing now that's going around at work. People are talking about the podcast voice, Ryan Van Fleet. Because I guess I don't talk like this at work. Like I'm not always out there talking like this at work. I do this a lot. I go, brother. Like, I don't know why that really has become a trend at work where, like, all the dudes see each other. It's like, how are you, brother? What do you got going today, brother? So, yes, I have a podcast. We're going to talk about sports. Stick around,
When you dropped it, you're fired yet.
No, I don't fire anybody. I don't know how high up I am on the authority level. I just got a promotion. I don't think I'm firing anyone yet. Apparently, if you train somebody, if you're a trainer, you can fire somebody or something. I don't know how all of that works. I haven't got into the legalities. I haven't read the employee handbook all the way through because what a tough read that is. But we're here, Zach. My name's Ryan Van Vleet. Geezy, how are you tonight, my friend?
Doing good, dude. I wasted an hour and a half today at the fucking dispensary because this weekend I lost my vape pen in my own living room. I don't know how. No clue. Watched the video. Couldn't find it. So after a couple days, I'm like, fuck, I just got to buy another new one. Come home, it's sitting on the counter. Somebody found it. Don't even know who it was. So now I just have too much weed.
I like the paranormal activity aspect of this whole thing for you. Like, you have weed in your house. You have cameras set up, so when you lose your weed pen, you can kind of go through the footage and go through the archive to find out.
Let's clarify. That's not why I have the cameras. I just use them for that purpose.
No, your house is haunted, and this is the only way we can capture real footage of the ghost, of the being, of the demons that are inside your house. So, I get it, right? You don't have to. You're preaching to the choir, dude. So, yeah. Like I love. So Delta 8, by the way, is done. Like, I'm done with Delta 8. It's over. We had a hell of a ride. It was explained to me how it's made, because you know how everything is. Like, when vaping got really popular, and I remember going to a vape. What are they called? What's it called? A vape shop? Isn't there a term for it? What's it called?
Yeah, sure. Vape Nation, dude.
Isn't it called like a distillery or something? I went to the Vapor Distillery. I can't remember what it's called because it was like Planet Vape or something in Glendora. And I remember walking up to Adam Carnes and saying, like, what is it made out of? He goes, it's all water vapor. And I go, no. What is the flavoring? Why does it taste like strawberries? Oh, I don't know. That's just the flavoring. I go, what is it made out of, though? Is it like a chemical? Is it like actual strawberry water? Like, how does it taste like strawberries? And he couldn't tell me. So I thought, nope, I'm not smoking this shit. However, with Delta 8, for some reason, I thought it was some like lesser version of homegrown natural organic marijuana. And it's really not. It is natural organic grown marijuana. And they just spray this chemical on it to go from Delta 9 to Delta 8, and that's the legal dosage. So
really?
Yeah, that's it. So you're smoking, you're really just smoking Delta 9 with a bunch of like this chemical on it. So let me see if I can find like something that describes that, because yeah, once I learned that, and everybody's like coming out about the chemical that everyone's smoking now, like it's kind of turning into a thing. So yeah, I think we might be in a little bit of trouble with this Delta. Like, let's just type in how is Delta 8 made, because how is Delta Airlines doing? Because that was the viral thing that kind of went around, was that they just spray. Oh, we wash it. We have a solvent solution that we put on it, and they try to make it seem like it's awesome, but it's not good. We don't smoke weed here in Texas. Okay, we have whiskey. All right, no. I don't know why that's better for us than Delta 9, though,
But typically only in small
it's not at all.
It is most commonly converted in a laboratory from Delta 9 THC or CBD.
See, that's always good when it's created in a laboratory, like that's really when you're getting good
hemp
shit.
Flower is extracted for CBD isolate or pure CBD,
all right.
98% plus.
98% plus.
Then, that isolate goes through an extensive process to get turned into a distillate. 1. Dissolve CBD into solvent of choice.
Okay.
Unlike other cannabinoid extractions, notably ethanol-based methods, conversion for Delta 8 requires a nonpolar organic solvent.
So that doesn't sound good. Like, unlike other cannabinoid extractions, notably ethanol-based methods, so unlike other cannabinoid extractions, conversion for Delta 8 requires a nonpolar organic solvent. So whatever that solvent is not meant to be smoked, even if it's nonpolar. What does that mean? The sun? Organic, we know what that means. Solvent. So we're not supposed to smoke this stuff. That's just what I've learned is that never mind. Like it's not worth it. I like it. It helps like back pain and neck pain. Like if you want to get a good sleep, like Delta 8 will knock you the fuck out. But I guess it's over. The ride is over. No more fake marijuana.
Now, do you guys even have medical there?
No, Oklahoma does for sure. Common solvents include alkynes like heptide and acid of choice into the solvent mixture and stir. So it's like acid and other things that are being put into this mixture. And that's so because like if you're just smoking marijuana, like you're just smoking it. It's the plant, the THC, like you're getting all of that.
It's got pesticides on it like everything else.
And popular solvents include alumina, acid washed p-toluenesulfonic acid, and hydrochloric acid, which isn't hydrochloric not a good acid to smoke. It's
pretty strong acid.
all known as Lewis acids. Like, yeah, you work in chemicals. Like, none of this sounds like something you should be putting in a pen and sucking on hard.
No, probably not. But hey, what do you think? How do you think they make half your food?
That's true. Maybe I'm already smoking other things. I'm not like by me eating. I'm already smoking Coca-Cola. Might as well just be doing this. So that was what I learned. That broke my heart. But that's not the only thing that broke my heart. So, Geezy, you have a plethora of weed, an abundance of legal marijuana there in the great state of Utah. I'm here in the great state of Texas. We don't have legal weed. We do have ESPN, though. And I watched the Raiders last night. Isn't it? So I work in an office. I think I work in a company with like 100 employees. I forget because when I worked at FedEx, I worked with a couple people, absolutely. But this is serious. Like I wear my Raider stuff all the time. I'm wearing a Raider shirt now. I'm not giving up. So I just thought like you got your Patriots hat on. Like everybody at work knows where I stand. So when games are in prime time, everybody's watching the Raiders. The Raiders last night on Monday Night Football, for those who are listening on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or even years into the future, what's October 10th, 10-10-22, the Oakland Raiders went one-on-one with the Kansas City Chiefs. And what was an amazingly
B2
close game.
says thank you Darren Waller for getting hurt and ruining my parlay. Didn't want that $400 anyways.
Yeah, Waller ruined a parlay for some people. Josh Jacobs lost. So the highest scoring team, the Timmy Chang gang, as we're now known in the Jason Wickham League, we are 0-5. Still the highest scoring team. No wins. Not a win yet.
Yikes.
Josh Jacobs made sure that I didn't get a win last night, which is fine. If I'm going to lose, it better be Josh Jacobs putting me out of my misery. So I really was not expecting the Raiders to even be close. And I've watched season 1 of Ted Lasso. The only good season of Ted Lasso is the first one. And that whole, it's the hope that kills you. Like having that hope, having that little bit of hope, actually believing that your shitty Raiders can beat the Kansas City Chiefs is what kills you. It drives you insane. It makes you – it really does. Like it just – this false sense of hope. It gets your blood pressure rising. Your heart beats faster. Everything stings a little more. During the day, I was just expecting it to be, 21-7 going into the half, and then it was going to be 35-7 going into the fourth quarter. These were my expectations, and that's what I truly believe was going to happen. I had no idea, Zach, that the Oakland Raiders could score 17 points in a row. I had no idea. And then I did have an idea that they can blow that lead. I watched them do that against Arizona where they blew a 20-point lead going into the second half. And I didn't think they would potentially tie the game 30-29. And then I guess we could break it down. Let's go here first. Let's go to the fumble. Obviously, that's the big thing that immediately everybody was talking about that. I was getting all kinds of text messages about the fumble, the roughing the passer call. What were your thoughts?
Was that on the same play? You got roughing the passer for that?
Yeah, so it was a roughing the passer / a fumble.
It's clearly a fumble. He rips the ball out as he's falling to the ground and has possession all the way through. Doesn't even bobble it on the floor.
So the only thing that I could think of, at least from an officiating perspective, is they already had blown the whistle before they had known that there was a penalty. Like what would it be? Like why would you? I got it up on the screen for podcasters right now. What would it be that makes like the officials like stop? I don't get why they would not even look at this as a fumble, because it like from the moment that it happened, they treated this like it was a roughing the passer. They didn't even care that there was a fumble. So
yeah,
is this?
The only thing I can think of is if the angle that he comes in at, he kind of covers the ball from his side, and then Derek was covering him from his side. So maybe the refs thought he took it to the ground or was throwing it when it happened, and they didn't see that it came out like at the top when he first touched him, not when he hit the ground. I don't know.
First of all, great blocking by our right tackle, doing a very great impression of Alex Leatherwood.
Wait, back that up the other way, because like that ref's not going to see it straight behind him. But see, look at the angle. The guy at mid,
and even from that angle,
like in the end zone, had the fucking angle on the play.
Well, and even from that angle, like I can't tell that he fumbled it. Like I don't know the ball's out. I'm just assuming his arm and the ball are somewhere in front of his body, and that's how he's falling and landing. So if you are behind him, you're the one throwing the flag. You're the back judge. You do look at that and say, holy shit, this guy just put all of his body weight on top of that damn quarterback there.
Maybe could they not challenge it because it was called a penalty?
That's what I think. That's what ended up happening was as soon as that flag was called, and as soon as they had said, nope, that's a roughing the passer, they didn't even consider the fact that there might have been a fumble and a change of possession on that play. So that's why Andy Reid's heated. That's why the crowd in Kansas City was amazing.
They were hot.
They were blown. They were just boo. Like it was so audibly uncomfortable. Now I was watching that unbelievably excited. I was like, fuck you, Raiders, baby. I was doing like the Tony Montana, like, this is why we're here anyway. Everyone thinks we're the villains anyway. Let's just be the villains then. Whatever. Like that's exactly how I felt. And then later on in the game, of course, there was a receipt. Like, there was such an obvious receipt. Because I was even messaging people, and I think I brought it up to Kevin last night on Fourth Hour. But the tuck rule. Like, everybody was messaging me, and I'm like, okay, let's settle down about talking about shitty referee calls when we're talking about the Raiders, okay? Like, the Raiders could have been in the Super Bowl if it wasn't for a certain fumble that was called a forward pass. So let's just call this a forward pass is what I was kind of telling people. But there was a receipt given, right? Like, did you see the holding on the field goal?
No, I didn't notice the holding on the field goal. I thought you were going Devontae on the sideline.
No, well, that's a bang-bang play, and Devontae was worried about getting hit. I think he was worried about the aftermath. He didn't want to get hit. So
Malachi Black says your Raiders choked. I bet Adams wishes he was back with Rodgers.
Oh, so we could be 2-3 or whatever they are. Not like they're much better. At least, like, I think the Raiders is more of a future there. Like, talk to Adams 2 years from now. Green Bay's going to suck. They have Jordan Love as their guy. This looks like somebody's making a commentary, but if you watch this video, he's going to hit play. I'm circling right here. I'm like Collinsworth. One of these two guys, number 51. So they said that little wrap on the shoulder there was holding. So he does. So watch number 51. That little wrap on that guy's shoulder right down here. For all the podcasters,
they called holding on the Raiders.
They called holding on the Raiders for that, right? So this is a 4th and 14. They're on their own 20 something. It's a 37-yard field goal attempt. The kick's good. Like everything seems right with the world. The Chiefs have the lead. It's fine, but this is the receipt. So everybody settle down about, well, the Chiefs would have scored. Here was the receipt. They did get to score.
I for sure missed this because I remember them setting up for a field goal, and I went to like take a piss.
Yeah. And
I came back and it was like commercial, and then I looked and I'm like, wait, they fucking scored a touchdown?
Yeah. So they single out number 51 here, and they say that that's defensive holding. I don't even know which ref threw the flag. Like who threw the flag on that? Because it wasn't this referee for podcasters. This referee. There's a referee like 10 yards away to the right who's looking that direction, but he doesn't throw a flag. The back judge doesn't throw a flag. The line judge doesn't throw a flag.
New York threw a flag.
Nobody. Yeah, New York must have phoned in like, hey, we need to get a receipt for that call from earlier. Throw a flag on this play. So I thought this was ridiculous the way this whole thing played out. So, yeah, it wasn't my favorite night of football because even after this, there was still opportunities for the Raiders to win this fucking game, Zach. But what do you think? Like, so this is the most Raider thing ever, right? The most Raider thing ever happens later on, by the way. But this is one of the most Raider things I've ever seen. A defensive holding call where nobody's being held.
Yeah, I don't like what most penalties that piss me off are ones that like it would give you no advantage on the fucking play. Like, okay, if he was holding him, did they like gain anything by him fucking pulling him backwards towards the field goal? Like why are you
put that shit on? Put that shit on.
Thank you, Chief Spot, for the Antonio Brown spell, because he's not going away either. We got some Antonio Brown to talk about. So there's also more Raider stuff. I mean, it doesn't end, Geezy. This was the perfect night of Raider football. And I don't mean we got the win. I just mean if you had to explain to somebody, what's watching a Raider game like? It's this. This is it. 30-23. It's 3rd and 6. Derek Carr looked pretty good, by the way. He didn't make any really terrible mistakes. Amazing throw right here to Davante Adams with 4 minutes and 27 seconds left. Now, as a Raider fan, after that touchdown to Davante, I'm thinking we left way too much time on the clock. There's 4 minutes and 27 seconds. It's going to be 30-30. That just means Mahomes is going to there's enough time for Mahomes to march downfield and kick a field goal. Like, that's the direction that we're heading in. Even though their kicker missed 2 kicks in this game, I still was believing that we were now in a position where the Chiefs were just going to go downfield and kick a field goal. So Josh McDaniels, in his infinite wisdom, decides to go for 2 instead of kicking the 1. Now, immediately, like, of course, hindsight's 2020. What are your thoughts? Do you go for 2 in that? Because I was making this argument at work.
I was shocked because of what I told you earlier. I was in a fantasy game. I had nobody left. I was winning. I don't know by how much when it started, but by this point, the guy I was playing had the fucking Raiders kicker, and I was winning, and I'm still winning today. 160.5 to like 159.8. And if they would have kicked the field goal here, I would have lost by like 0.2 points. And I was like, well, I'm fucking done. And then I see McDaniels like pushing him back out there and Carr lining up. And I text you, I text the Discord, I text my brother-in-law who's a Chiefs fan. And I'm like, I just fucking won my fantasy game because they went for 2 for no fucking reason. You have to tie the game up here.
So the only thing I could think of, and it's the same reason they went for it on 4th and 1 in the first quarter, is they have no faith in the defense. We're playing Kansas City. There's 4.5 minutes left.
But if you have no faith in the defense, at least tie it up if they give you a chance.
Well, so then we actually get the stop later on, right? Like that's what's frustrating about what happens here is we go for this 2 and don't get it, and then Mahomes gets back out and we fucking stop him. And we have time to win this game. So why not kick the 1? You have 4.5 minutes left. That is enough time to stop Mahomes. Or if you have that little confidence in your defense, let Mahomes walk the fucking ball in, and then we'll try and win the game with less time on the clock because we left too much time on the clock where we're at right now. So that was my thought was, wait, why not tie it? Because what's going to happen is if we get the stop, fantastic. We're going to kick a field goal.
B2 says because we the ones and y'all the 2s.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe McDaniels was holding up the 2s. Like, no, we're not the 1s. We're the 2s. The Chiefs are, and the Chiefs are most certainly the 1s of the AFC West. They're clearly better than every other team in that division. And the Raiders played really well. Josh Jacobs ran for a bunch of yards. Davante Adams did his best impression of Davante Adams. Derek Carr didn't look that bad. Max Crosby had 2 sacks in the first half rather. Hunter Renfrow made a couple catches. Waller was hurt doing his Darren Waller impression. Mac Hollins sucks, by the way.
I'm just now realizing all 3 of my games, all 3 of my fantasy leagues hinged on this game. It won me 2 leagues. One where the Raiders kicker fucking didn't kick the last field goal. And then the other one I had Kelsey in. and I was down by like 20 and won by like 30 after that.
He had like 20 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns last night. It was nuts.
4 touchdowns. I think it's the most touchdowns ever on a Monday Night Football game is what they said.
I think that was the most. I think he tied for the most, but he also had the most. Like the ratio of touchdowns to yards, that was the bad. Like he had like
ridiculous.
He had like 6. All his 4 touchdown catches totaled like 6 receiving yards. Like he just had this insane. Hey, he already scored twice on the goal line. He's not scoring again. Okay, he's already scored 3 times on the goal line. He's not scoring again. Like what the fuck? And I don't know. And I know my dad wants. My dad hates Josh McDaniels. Like I think a lot of Raider fans are blaming Josh McDaniels a lot for that loss. But I do look at the defense and say, no one wants to cover Kelsey. Like not even like it's blown coverage. It's not even attempted. Like if you're a linebacker and you get beat in the red zone, like I understand that 3rd and 4th touchdown catch, nobody was around him. He was just like, did they think he was somebody else? It's Travis Kelce. They heard his birthday was the other day. Like, he's 33 years old. He's washed up. He can't make plays anymore. Like, what happened? But this 2-point conversion, I don't mind this play call. I even think it's a good play call. Josh Jacobs has been pounding it on the ground the whole night. I think you have too many receivers in here that aren't doing shit. Mac Hollins and Renfro. These linemen are already getting blown up from the free stream that I have. And Jacobs did a good job at pushing and almost getting into the end zone. And from a few of the angles, I thought he was in. Like, I thought, he caught it. No shit. And, of course, they do the super zoom in. I wish Collinsworth was here to explain it to me. But his knee was down really inches before the goal line, which, again, is the most Raider thing ever. Like, so close to being a good team and not.
Yeah, man. They did Raider things all fucking night. I don't know why they went for it. I don't know. But I took the 2 W's and I took the big L because the other guy I was playing had fucking Mahomes. So he threw 4 touchdowns at Kelsey. But Kelsey's stat line, 7 receptions, 25 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. He just 4 touchdowns. It was insane.
He was like 60% touchdown to reception ratio.
I love that YouTube knows what I'm looking for because it even says as soon as I typed Devontae Adams Hunter, it was like Hunter and Renfro run into each other because this is the most Raider thing. This is the most Raider thing in football history. Like scratch every other thing that happened so far. Scratch defensive holding penalties that happened in Arizona. Scratch tuck rules. Scratch Derek Carr fumbling into the end zone after trying to dive for the pylon. Scratch it all. This is the number 1 most Raider thing. Now, Raiders have no timeouts. That was another argument I was making at work. Maybe because the Chiefs had 3 timeouts, they weren't comfortable giving them the ball with 4.5 minutes left, so they wanted the lead. That was another reason why we were arguing they had 3 timeouts. They were gonna be fine. So the Raiders have this ball. It's 4th and 1. There's no timeouts left. They're almost to the 50-yard line, which for Daniel Carlson, they just need to get to the 40 or the 37. And it's 4th and 1. So instead of resetting your downs by just getting a first down, you decided to do what you did in the first quarter that worked. Remember that deep pass to Devontae Adams in the first quarter.
50-plus yard touchdown.
50-yard touchdown. Easy lob throw for Derek Carr. The two deep catches for Devontae Adams. Let's just go back to that well. 3rd catch for Devontae Adams. Who's your number 1 target on 3rd down? Hunter Renfro. All he runs is little out routes to be able to secure a first down, and you guys get a fresh set of downs. So why not do those on opposite sides of the fucking field? Why do you have Renfro and Adams on the same side of the field, so close to each other when you know those? And maybe that is just because to throw the defense off, we're going to fake a handoff to the right side, but we're just going to throw to the left side. And this is the most Raider play ever. I'll hit play on it. Maybe we can get some audio from Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. Troy Aikman's under fire today again because he made a comment about dresses, and everybody's like, be better. Football's more than – women aren't always fat. Come on.
Carr, receiver falls down. There are no flags.
Okay, I saw that. I didn't realize that was Devontae and Hunter.
It's the perfect call. Receiver falls
and
down.
One defender on them?
So there was 2. Oh, yeah, because even Renfro, I think, was uncovered. So the corner who was covering Adams did an amazing job at, keep the way he's pushing Devontae Adams. It interrupts Renfro's route. and that's what causes Adams and Renfro to smack into each other. But
it was 2-on-1, and they couldn't stay.
There was another Chiefs DB in that region, but yeah, look, it's circled up here. I think the safety comes over to help, and when the safety comes over, the safety gives a shove to. Look, they just run into each other. Like, it's not even. No, there's no great play by any cornerbacks or safeties. It's just, hey, what are we both doing here? And Derek Carr, who knows that Devontae is going to win, he knows Devontae.
Oh, that's all Hunter, dude.
He knows that. Well, and I even said this at work. If you're Hunter Renfro,
Malachi Black says Renfro's fault.
Renfro's fault.
It's always going to be the white receiver's fault anyway.
Well, and it's Josh McDaniel. Well, so it's Josh McDaniel's fault and it's Mark Davis's fault. Like this, everything is everybody's fault except Derek Carr. Derek Carr did the right thing. I have the best receiver in the game going deep. I'm just going to lob it up there and he'll make it happen. Renfro, a good third down option.
Put that shit on. Put that shit on.
Thank you, Domain Man.
Why are they both running post?
Why is Renfro not running a 2-yard hitch? Like, why is he not? Hey, Devontae is going deep. If that's not available, I'm at least past the first down marker. Toss me the ball. We'll get a first down. Why? I sent the Nancy Kerrigan meme to so many. To so many people.
I saw that in the Discord.
Because I was just so confused as to this play call. As to this game, why the fuck do we call a play where Renfro and
V2
Adams
says, I think we all in good conscience can find a way to blame this on Al Davis.
Oh, you know what? Yes.
Put that shit on.
Thank you so much for the hydrate spell. And Devontae was furious because this was his game. He was doing amazing. Everybody wants to say he wants to go back to the Packers. I don't think he wants to go back to the Packers. I think he wants to win here. And this team is so good, and they're 1-4. They're 1-4. They're like statistically, they're the worst team. They lose 80% of their games.
Dude, you see those hats? I fucking love those hats, dude. Yeah, what did I say last night? They had 4 games that they've lost by less than 6 points.
Yeah, their biggest loss was 6 points, and that was to Arizona, and that's just because they lost in overtime. Like, that's the only reason why they had a 6-point loss is because they got to OT. That guy fumbled before he got into the end zone, but they didn't want to review that. So, dude, it was just unbelievably frustrating. Let me see. Oh, I just got a text.
So you're going to be a Cowboys fan yet or what?
This Sunday I am. I'm for sure as shit a Cowboys fan this Sunday when they play Philadelphia. Like,
you got to dust off your Cooper Rush jersey. Dude.
I got my Central Michigan Cooper Rush jersey. What channel? My wife's texting me. I don't know how to get the Dodger game in the bedroom. What channel is the Dodger game on? Is it on FS1 or is it on TBS?
We don't get Dodgers out here, dude.
Oh, that's true. I'm going to put TBS app. That's all I'm going to write and see if that helps her. So it was a very Raider game, and it even ended with more Raider activities. That's what I love about this sport is the Raiders can't stop being the Raiders. Like, it's fantastic. Like, Devontae Adams, and look, YouTube knows what I want. Devontae Adams, cameraman. So
I saw this in the gym today while I was working out on my lunch.
And, of course, this goes, like, viral, because and I'm standing up for Devontae Adams, and honestly, to hell with this cameraman. Are you kidding me? You're calling he calls the police.
I have the complete opposite take.
He calls the police. Look, okay, so here's Devontae. He's walking off the field.
And he was assaulted, Vleeties.
Yeah, look, he walked right in front of this man. Why are you walking right in front of him? Because
he's a cameraman trying to get an angle.
Well, trying to get an angle. He's trying to make the play. And look, it literally is blatantly like right in front of Devontae. Like I don't give a shit where you're going, Devontae. I have the camera. Boom. And Devontae even said in his apology, like, look, that cameraman ran up to try and get me on camera. I wasn't in the mood, and he walked right in front of me on purpose. So I gave him a little push. He fell over, and I'm sorry. Like, that was his apology.
No, you missed the line that made it all bullshit. Because before the I'm sorry, he said, I instantly felt terrible.
Look at him.
And yet he keeps walking down the fucking tunnel and never comes back to help the guy.
Oh, okay. Like Matt Stafford when that drunk lady fell and he was like, took care of it. He did. Look, he felt terrible. You can tell it's in his eyes. So
yeah, I mean, that one was, he just won the Super Bowl. What do you want him to do?
I want him to.
This guy's a loser. He could turn around if he felt bad and just help him up. Fuck.
Yeah, but this guy's a cameraman. That was a woman. Like, let me say that.
But you can't say I instantly felt bad and sick to my stomach.
That's true.
And yet just kept walking.
Maybe instant is different when you're Devontae Adams. But also, call the police? Is that guy for real?
He actually called the police.
Put that shit on.
Like, why would security?
Why would you call the police? Or like, why don't
he dialed 911?
He dialed. So from what I heard, he called the police. Let me find the story because I already called the fucking police. So let's look up Devontae Adams. I accidentally put DuckDuckGo back on because I think I have the notes right here. He called the police because he looked at it like you're looking at it. I was assaulted. Somebody come and get me. Like what? Devontae Adams.
Ladies, you're telling me you see Zeke in the grocery market and you walk in front of him and he fucking pushes you to the floor.
You get up and get in his face. You don't call the police like a fucking little asshole.
No, you get that money, Vleeties.
You can get the money by getting in his face. Like, what's that about? This cameraman needs a little pride, by the way. Let's just throw that out there. Because, come on. Are you serious? You're calling the police. You got shoved down. Like, people get shoved all the time. This guy knows, like, you shoved me. Okay, here it is. TMZ has the official story. Thank goodness for trusted news sites like TMZ to give us the deets. So, he filed a police report. Like, can you believe that?
Well, if he had an injury, how else is he supposed to get his fucking bills paid?
Claims injury. He fell. He just got shoved down. What injury? Like, is it emotional? Because if it's emotional, this guy's a fucking asshole.
He filed an emotional injury. I'm sure that's
so. The photographer shoved to the ground on Monday Night Football. He's officially filed a police report against the NFL superstar, claiming he was injured during the incident. The incident had to go to the hospital. TMZ has learned the man went to cops at Arrowhead Stadium at around 10:30 p.m., just moments after Adams had pushed him following the Raiders' 30-29 loss. Authorities tell us the man claimed he was the victim of an assault. Guys, I was the victim of an assault. They say he told them he suffered injuries, though there were thought to be non-life-threatening. Yeah, no shit. I've actually been assaulted. I was walking home one night and I got assaulted by 8 men. Or they were, we were all kind of young. Probably like late.
Was that before we hung out?
That was in 2011. 2011 I got assaulted.
Why didn't we drive around and look for them?
Because you weren't around. I don't know. I was with Stoltz that night. Stoltz was pissed. Stoltz left him a voicemail. It was hilarious. Because they had my phone. And I ended up getting all my stuff back because of the police. Because I ran up to a police officer and I said, "Guys, I'm the victim of an assault." No, so I actually was assaulted, like, concussion and bloody and all beat up, and
I have injuries.
Though
not life.
They are not life threatening. Like I didn't go to the ground. I guess that was like the main thing. Like people were like, "Good job, don't go to the ground. Once they start kicking you, you're fucked." Like I still got kicked, just not in the head. So.
They're roundhouses.
So this guy's belittling. This is like when women are like not raped, but they're trying to like, no, well, I was emotionally like raped. Like that's this guy right here. This guy's emotionally raped. I'm like real rape victims are like, I was actually like physically like things were inserted in me that I didn't want. You had to give a hand job to a quarterback. So they added that the man was later transported to the hospital. Cops say they are investigating it all, and following the completion of the probe, detectives will coordinate with the applicable city or state prosecutor to determine any applicable charges. For his part, Adams apologized for his role in the incident, once at his locker following the game, and then again on Twitter. I want to say I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. We already overcleared that. We already went through that. So from what I'm hearing, they're already talking about a game suspension. Some people are saying more than that because now the police are involved. So clearly this cameraman's a fucking Chiefs fan just trying to get his team an extra win come January.
You wouldn't do that for your team, Vleeties? Then you're not a real fucking fan.
No. Well, you know what? Yeah, I probably would if I got shot. First of all, I would have caught up and gotten his face. If I'm a Chiefs fan, I got a whole Chiefs nation behind me. I'm getting up and going, "What the fuck? You want to shove me, punk?" And then if you get in a big fight, boom, now you've got a story. And you also look like a tough guy. This cameraman looks like a little bitch. Come on, look at him right there. Oh my God, don't push me, Devontae.
Well, legally, it's not an assault once you go back and instigate it.
Instigate? What do you
You
mean?
gotta just eat it. You said you'd get up and get in his fucking
Yeah,
face.
get in his face. I'm not instigating anything. I was shoved. He instigated. He threw the first blow. He cast the first stone. I'm just retaliating. Everything I do now is in self-defense. If I have a machete and chop a limb off, look, it was in self-defense. I have injuries, although non-life-threatening.
I mean, that might fly in Texas, Vleeties, but I don't know about in Kansas City.
Kansas City is awesome. It's just like Texas in a lot of aspects. That is curious though. So I want to know what the punishment is. Like you were watching the Talking Heads on ESPN today. Are they already kind of? I heard one game. My coworkers were all saying 1 quarter. He shoved a guy. Like we all live in Texas, I think. So we're all like a fucking game. If he would have beat up his girlfriend, he would have only got 4 games. He shoves a cameraman and gets 1/4 of the punishment that it is of beating up your girlfriend.
I think so. I think 1 game's perfect. What did Mike Evans get for fucking running on the field and hitting somebody?
Well, he didn't deserve that suspension either. So maybe
I saw that. Did you see he got told to go do that?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Like I don't know why that's bullshit. Looks like even Fox News is getting on the action. So, Raiders Devontae Adams may face suspension for post game shove. Las Vegas. So what? I just want to know what the official word is. But
they won't say it until Thursday.
Of course, the Raiders.
You got to get your fantasy lineup.
The Raiders are on a bye week. I mean, I love these people too. Wow, that's unacceptable from Devontae Adams. That's a suspension. You know,
right there. Read his tweet.
Ben Ross.
That's the one that says instantly.
Why don't you suck a lemon? Oh, what is this? Devontae Adams. Sorry to the guy I pushed over after the game. Obviously very frustrated at the way the game ended, and when he ran in front of me as I exited, that was my reaction, and I felt horrible immediately. That's not me.
Immediately.
That's not me. My apologies, man. Hope you see this. Well, you're gonna see him in court. You're gonna
see it in your deposition.
Yeah, but for a 1-4 team, the Raiders can't afford to lose him. We also can't afford to lose Jonathan Ngakoue. We also can't afford.
I guarantee you they play better without him.
Malachi Black says give Adams 11 weeks. Deshaun got 11 and there's no proof of his claims. We saw Adams push this man, throw the book at him.
Throw the book at him.
There he is.
Get him. No more pushing, cameraman. No, beat up your girlfriend. That's only 4 games.
Okay, how about this, Vleeties? What would you say if the cameraman was a camera woman?
Oh, it'd be 100 games.
So why are you sexist then?
Because we're men. There is a difference, right? We were born hunter-gatherers.
How do you know he identifies as a man, Vleeties?
He doesn't have a choice. He did.
Maybe
because
he has a vagina and you're just gendering him.
Nah, he's got a huge swinging dick, and when he got pushed, it all curled up inside of him. It all retracted, like when you shut off a garden hose. It's just, oh my God, I'm getting smaller now, and it went inside of him.
It said, I was assaulted.
Even though I have non-life-threatening injuries. So, yeah, amazing night of Raiders football.
It was a great game. It was very exciting.
Everything about all of this is the most Raiders. Like, I hope people understand that. We had another bad referee call. We had 2 bad referee calls. There was a couple holding penalties that Travis Kelce got away with that I saw, and I took screenshots and was sending to people. I was like, look at this shit. Like, Kelsey's got like one hand on the inside of the pad and one hand on the horse collar, and they're not calling holding. It's like, cool. Let's go. Marquez Valdez Scoutling. You have yourself a game, my friend. You have 85 yards. Thank God your tight end gets to just fucking grip onto people as they try and get your quarterback. So amazing.
So did you get any sympathy in fucking Cowboys land, or did everybody just shit on you today?
No, so everybody likes me, and they like the Raiders, like because they are the lovable losers of the NFL. I think like we're 1-4. If we were like 9-0, and what had happened last night had happened, then everybody would be like, "Oh, fuck you and fuck the Raiders." I got a coworker who is an Eagles fan and talks so much shit. I'm a big Cowboys fan just because I hope we get to talk shit to him on Monday. I might buy Cowboys shit just to give him shit. Like, that's how much he makes me like the Cowboys. Like, it is like every day it's like, you know, you want to watch Cowboys Super Bowl, you got to put it on VHS. And then, you know, and then we say, and then me, not even a Cowboys fan, actually, you know what, diehard Cowboys fan, I have to say, well, at least we could watch 3 VHSs. And then he goes, well, hold on. The Philadelphia Eagles actually won 2 NFL championships before the Super Bowl. And I was like, then who gives a shit?
And you said, what type of media is that recorded on?
I said Super Bowls. Super Bowls are when this thing started. And there was like 6 teams in NFL championship tournaments or seasons. So we all know the Cowboys are the greatest team. Raiders are very, 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 very distant 1-4 second. So I think football's over. Hockey's tonight, Zach. Are you excited?
Didn't even know. Don't care.
Can't
stand it. If there's a fight, show it to me.
Antonio Brown is in the news. He's the man, dude. Like, he's like the worst, but he's the best. Also Brett Favre. What do you think about that? This welfare scandal? We've never talked about that. Did you hear about Brett Favre taking money from welfare kids?
What?
Yeah. Oh, there's too many hashtags and headlines. That's an old hashtag. Look at Brooks Koepka's wife in this thing. Jesus. Okay. Antonio Brown shares an offensive image mocking mental disability. First of all, you can't mock mental disability when you're the poster of it. Look at Antonio Brown in this photograph. Like he's just, this is a man. I don't think he's ever even done drugs. I think he was just born this way, right?
I guess so. Oh, who gave him that bad concussion one time where he was fucking dead?
Vontaze Burfict, Evan's friend from. Then they played a game together. I can't remember. It was like at Colonial or something. Like Evan, they played with Vontaze. He showed up.
Put that shit on. Put that shit on.
Thank you so much, Cassidy.
He was on the All-State team.
That's right. Yeah. And
which the fucking All-State for California high school football is ridiculous.
It's a big state. And he was good at football, but he also showed up like 20 minutes late. Like, he was obviously just kind of a shithead. So, yeah, that's probably what started this whole Antonio Brown mess. Antonio Brown is going way too far with his most recent Twitter
Put that shit on. Put that shit on.
Thank you so much, Macho Punk. Tasteless jokes on Tom Brady's marriage issues with
Put that shit on. Put that shit on.
So, thanks again, Macho Punk. So, there was, can I click on these Instagram posts? Because it even says, like, Antonio Brown's posting, like, offensive images. Like, of course, he did the one with Giselle, which we talked about last week.
Just go to his profile.
Did you see? Oh, yeah, maybe.
Is this all he's posting right now?
AB all the time. I think this is the video that was getting people mad, is that he posted an All Lives Matter thing, call God, put that. His hashtag is, put that shit I have no idea what that was, but he said all lives matter. And then but the thing he got in trouble for was he had put, I like that picture's still on his Instagram, by the way. Like, he just is leaving that there. Like, that just belongs there.
So wait, where's the other one that I saw?
Well, I'm looking for when he said, he posted something about AB, so kind of competition. Where did it go? Is this not the one? I'm starting my own team. So the 34. He deleted the post. That's why. He recently deleted a post with an offensive picture. It had a distorted image of the Arizona Cardinals logo and a modification of the team name that featured the R word. So first of all,
wait, that's not even the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, which one do you have?
Oh, dude, Nathan sent it.
Antonio Brown.
It's a book cover. You didn't see that?
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. Like, Daddy doesn't live here anymore. Like,
yeah.
I saw that. Like, there's nothing wrong with my mental health, says Antonio Brown. That was back in January. I wish it was just the number one thing, because
he posted what? An Arizona Cardinals.
He posted a logo, but it was like kind of like it was kind of fucked. Let me see if I can find it. Antonio Brown, Cardinals. Do I just put the R word, retard?
Yeah.
Like, just see what happens. Antonio Brown burns another bridge and mocks people with mental disorders on Twitter. Antonio Brown. So wait, it's a waterboard.
Right. His
ass right there. Draft pick. Let's see. Oh, here it is.
Oh shit!
So for podcasters,
how did you delete that, dude? That's classic.
So for podcasters, he put up a picture of a Cardinal logo, but it's got like a big head, like a big forehead, like a big brain almost. And the team name is the Retardinals. So
what is he thinking, dude?
I don't think he is.
What's he thinking?
I don't know if he is. Like, he's just such a unhinged.
Did he make that? Did somebody send that to him? He's like, oh shit, I gotta post this.
He seems like he's not smart enough to be making his own graphics like that. He definitely found that on the internet, thought it was hilarious, and reposted it. Start my own team, sign up, retardinals. Like, do you think he has the creative capacity to do that?
No, not at all.
I do think he can.
But did he pay somebody to do it?
Could be. Well, it's even like kind of pixelated on the retardinals, so he definitely got this.
Dude, you can
somewhere.
get T-shirts. Google retardinals.
No, it's like trending
and
now.
See what comes up.
Now it's like a real thing. I can't even spell it. Retardinals. That's so. And everybody's talking about like retardinals.
Go to shop.
I gotta go to Google again. I keep forgetting I'm on fucking DuckDuckGo. I accidentally.
Oh my god.
I accidentally re-added that to my Chrome browser. So I got to go to Google. Retardinals. That's such an insane, like, as he was doing it, he just thought, this is funny. And look, this is probably the same thing that happened with, like, Michael Vick with the dog stuff. Because you hear a lot of people, like, his defense was like, well, it was just dogs. Like, that was just how he was raised. So for Antonio Brown, he was probably saying retardinals all the time.
He could have been. Click on that sweatshirt. What do you got?
No.
Oh, there you go.
You can literally buy who someone's got to buy it. There's no
Raiders fans would buy it.
Dude, I'm wearing it. Like, if next time I go to the desert to watch a Raider game at Arizona, just wear my retardinals shirt. Oh, dude, my hoodie. You can get a retardinals hoodie for $35. That's like a lot of money and a bad idea.
That's a steal, dude.
All at once. So Antonio Brown doing Antonio Brown things. The retardinals. I can't believe it. I mean, it's definitely worse than I thought. Like, at first when I saw, like, I thought he just put, like, you know, I didn't know he had a logo because it said distorted image of Cardinals logo and he used the word retard. So I kind of just thought it was going to say, like, you know, like, I'm a retard or something. I thought it was going to be a little more self-deprecating. I didn't know it was going to be like, no, retardinals. We're using the R word again. First of all, doesn't that bother you a little bit that it's just the R word now? I guess in the early days of Vleeties and hashtags, I was refusing to say the word retard too because it felt like you're not allowed to say that. But I mean, I call places at work that are, you know, mental health, mental retardation facilities. So it's like retard is still a word outside. Like, it is bad.
It's a very specific word for. If you just look up the definition and read it, it's like, yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Yeah. Well, and it's one of those words, like, it's like the Redskins. Like, I remember my friend, he's black, so he was allowed to say this. He didn't think Redskins was offensive because it's not like we run around calling every indigenous person or Native American person. We don't run up and call them Redskins. Like, it's not like we've normalized or just, a couple Redskins were at the grocery store. Like, we don't do that. Like, Redskins yeah.
I think, like, this is that example of, like, I think you should still be able to call stuff retarded, but yeah, it's a dick move to call somebody retarded.
Yeah, Michael
if
Scott.
They have actual mental issues.
That's what Michael Scott said. Like, you don't call retards. Like, that was his kind of thing. Like, you call your friends retarded when they're acting retarded. Like, that was what he had said. Because, yeah, like, like, I guess it's offensive in the grand scheme of, like, you know, like, oh, well, you're saying that your person that you're calling a retard is worse than this person. Like, I don't know. It's a weird, like, we're giving words a lot of power, you know. And I think when something was, you know, retarded, it was based off of not any particular one person. And there's different forms of retardation. So it's also like, just by calling somebody retarded doesn't mean you're picking at one thing. Now, having said that, I like never use that word. I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny when you're reading like an article on the internet, and it's like the R word, like it's official. The R word. It's up there with the N word, and some words are just never allowed to be said ever again. And the F word. And I remember, like I said, somebody that we both know, she put on Facebook, like, if you use the R word, you're literally dead to me. And I was like, well, you used to call people faggots, so let's settle down. Like, let's not pretend like we're all holier than thou just because 10 years have passed.
What was the initials?
Oh, NH, easy. You know who it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I heard her say it a few times. So, and this was a long time ago.
No. I'm saying the other way. She's upset if you say that word.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean, right? Like, okay, let's relax. Like, I think people want to.
I love her, but man,
people want to post their dubs on the internet. And they want to be like, "Well, I'm better than you because I don't say retard. I used to say faggot, but I never said retard." So
that's why I'm not on Facebook. Or
exactly. It's aggravating.
I can say whatever I want in Discord.
But yeah, it's all here on Discord.
Till 30 years from now, there's screenshots from fucking Gino who's pissed off at me.
Yeah, it's all there, babe. Well, the Discord, that's why we go by aliases, like Geezy, first of his name. Like, nobody knows who that really is.
Yeah, I wonder who that
Malachi
is.
Black says we heard Gino drop a N-bomb on Vleeties.
He did do that before. It was really out of place.
Did he really?
Character. Well, it was like,
on accident.
No, it was like part of a thing, but he didn't say it about one person. It just happened. It was organic, and it never happened again. So you sent me this because this is another thing that's kind of popping back up. Like today, what was her name? What was Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast? What was the actress or the voice?
No fucking.
As soon as I was saying it, Angela Lansbury.
The original or the new one?
Angela Lansbury passed away today. My coworker was shaken up. He did not like that Angela Lansbury passed away at age 96. She was the voice of Mrs. Potts. Yeah, Angela Lansbury passed away today.
No, age of 96. He's upset.
Well, he likes Mrs. Potts. He's a Disney freak. He he likes it more. I like Disney, and then when I talk to somebody that really likes Disney, I'm like, no, I don't like Disney anymore. Like, I don't know.
He's not a Murder, She Wrote fan. He's a Beauty and the Beast fan.
It's like when people talk to me about wrestling, and they're kind of like casuals, and I'm like, yeah, I like wrestling too. Like, I don't want to get super invested in a conversation with somebody unless it's Kevin every Wednesday night or last night after the Raider game. But I even asked, my first question was like, was she vaccinated? Like, that was my immediate question. So get ready, Spotify. You can put the tag on this one, man. Because Sesame Street.
Your immediate response.
Sesame Street.
Did she die of COVID?
No, she just died of being old. She was 96. So much like remember Hulk Hogan got in trouble for saying like Betty White passed away because of the vaccine. Like a lot of old people started passing away all at once because of the vaccine. Did I send you that story, by the way? While we're playing this, because your best friend Elmo, Sesame Street, by the way, has been banned in this household.
Not the best part of this was I sent you like, dude, we have to watch this commercial because I no joke. We had True TV on watching Practical Jokers like always. Every like 4 commercials in a row was this. Like there was nothing different. They kept playing this over and over, and then I look up on YouTube Sesame Street vaccine commercial. This is Sesame Street's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And they're calling it a PSA.
Yeah, that's
a public service announcement.
Because they're using Sesame Street's publicly funded, right? It's on PBS, the public broadcasting station. So everything Sesame Street has ever done has been paid for by donators.
Bet you Fauci's arm is up Elmo's ass right now.
He's the one who's doing it. It's Fauci hand up ass.
No, Daddy has super duper bandages just like Elmo.
You were super duper today, getting your COVID vaccine, Elmo.
Yeah, there was a little pinch, but it was okay. Elmo was really glad to have Daddy and Baby David there with him. Baby David, where are you?
I had a lot of questions about Elmo getting the COVID vaccine. Was it safe? Was it the right decision? I talked to our pediatrician so I could make the right choice. I learned that Elmo getting vaccinated is the best way to keep himself, our friends, neighbors, and everyone else healthy and enjoying the things they love.
Oh, Daddy! Oh, Elmo and Baby David have a question. Can we have a hug?
Oh, come here, son.
Elmo loves you, Daddy.
I love you, too.
It's okay to have questions about COVID vaccines for your kids. Get the latest facts by speaking to your pediatrician or healthcare provider.
I love this though because it's like it's okay to have questions, but you're still gonna get the fucking vaccine. Like that. Like that's
you can question it, but you gotta fucking do it anyway.
Like that's really what this all comes down to. Is like, hey, look, I had questions too. Is this gonna kill my son? No, it's not gonna do that. Is this gonna hurt him long term? Like there's all of these. Oh, I bet they took it. Oh no, it's still here. Thank gosh. Okay.
So let me just put this out
Spliff Swa says Elmo doesn't feel too good.
Yeah, Elmo didn't like it. Yeah.
Not 12 hours after. He was fine right after.
So,
but if your pediatrician tells you to get your kid vaccinated, unless they have some crazy fucking condition that it might help them, find a new pediatrician, please.
Yeah, like my pediatrician, by the way, and I've said this before, I'm like nervous about it, like to say it out loud. But she has like the humankind thing, or like it just says human, but it's all pride flag color and logos and shit on her door. So that already is like, we're probably a little different on views here, but I don't care. You're a fine doctor. Let's go in. And yeah, I mean, she's got all kinds of stuff about getting, and all of, like, are you guys vaccinated? No. Okay, here's your mask. Like, they're still doing that. They're still giving us mask and shit. Like, oh, well, you know.
I think we'll always have masks.
Some will.
Like,
I go to other, my doctor's like, who gives a shit?
My wife's clinic that's owned by doctors that are like anti-vaxxers, still, you have to wear a mask no matter what.
So here
in a doctor's office, why not? If there's people who are there are probably sick, fucking just wear a mask.
So, and of course, this is
that does nothing.
This is speculation, but Spotify put the tag on this episode. Illinois Rep Sean Casten, she was fine, and then her heart stopped. Sean Casten's healthy daughter at age 17 died from a rare cardiac arrhythmia in her sleep in June. Family has been left grasping at the wrong end of a random chance. So random chance, healthy 17-year-old, cardiac arrhythmia. Who knows what caused that? There's been all kinds of heart conditions. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to put that on. Somebody getting fucking backbreakered. But this also ties into view gallery. Is that what I'm trying to do? I want to see the photos of this post, because in this post, Sean Casten is one of like the main people that says, like, you know, you have to get vaccinated, and so glad my kid got vaccinated.
The view gallery is it's part of the picture. It's not a button, bud.
No, it's part of it. Well, how come when I hit next
from a news website?
How come when I go next, it's boom? Fuck this guy.
Post.
I want to
the view gallery button you're trying to click at the bottom is a screenshot from the news article.
I know now, but I didn't know at the time. None of us knew at the time. Daily. Let's just type Sean Casten. Sean Casten daughter. See what pops up. But exactly, like that's so. This was somebody who was really, really, really pro. Get your kid vaxxed. Like it really, like, hey, get your kid vaccinated because it's going to help us all. And 3 years later, his fucking daughter died. And now nobody wants to like say out loud, like, I don't know, man, maybe it's because of the vaccines. Like maybe we're asking for rarities, but somebody who's really young who like at this point, a lot of us have gotten COVID. And I've talked to pediatric clinics who have even told me they've had a 20% adverse effect ratio. So 1 in 5 kids are having issues with the vaccine. So they stopped it. They stopped giving it. They said, no, we don't do vaccines anymore. We get like too many of our patients were having issues and having adverse effects. And then she told me the process. They had to fill like a 50-page document about like, oh, okay, we got to send this to VAERS or whatever, you know, that the vaccine issue site or whatever. So they fill out all this paperwork, send it off, and they don't know what happens after that. It's like, cool. So the VAERS process requires a 50-page document, which I guarantee you nobody's going to fill out. And some people have, obviously, because that number is up there. But all of it seems so erroneous and so much bullshit. And yeah, we're begging our kids to get vaccinated to what? They're not affected by COVID, and everybody's saying to save old people. Well, old people can get vaccinated.
Yeah, and the kids can still spread if they're vaccinated. I don't know. I saw the typical, my 3-year-old at the time had it, and you would never know.
Yeah.
My oldest, to this day, I don't know if she's had it or not. She might have, and if she did, it was like a cold. I had it for about 18 hours, so I don't know.
I swear,
my wife almost died, so I don't know. I'm all over the place over here.
I sent this to Linda, and maybe it was just too. Okay, in case you missed it, so this was on May 17th. Oh, thank God, I'm a fucking idiot. So May 17th, 2021. In case you missed it, all Illinoisans 12 and older are eligible for the vaccine. They are safe, effective, and key to our path back to normalcy. Everyone in my family, including my 14-year-old daughter, has started their vaccination process. So from
Malachi Black says, I'm not getting the booster. Vleeties, stop it. I was positive for 19 days. I felt like I was dying.
And now she's dead. And look, I'm not getting the booster either. Like I had my coworker who just got it. He had a fever all day the next day. He wasn't feeling well. And I was like, why did you get it? Like I just had COVID back in June. And yeah, it sucked, but I got over it, and your antibodies are now stronger than they were beforehand. Much like I get a cold every once in a while and I get the flu almost every year. So, like, there are things that we're going to have to be dealing with. Putting a vaccine, like, even Pfizer, didn't they come out and say, like, we're going to revamp the vaccines? And it's like, doesn't make me feel better.
Yeah, they're changing it to match Omicron now, which is fucking stupid.
Well, and I even like when, like, remember Taco Bell had those commercials?
Oh, and there's no regulations around that. They can just change it because it's already an existing vaccine.
Remember Taco Bell? Thank you, Tyler. Looks like Nathan gifted some subs. Thank you, Nathan Weller. Remember Taco Bell had those commercials like, now serving 99.9% real beef. So what the fuck's the rest of the beef? Why is it not all 100%? What have I been eating all these years? Why are you bragging that it's not 100% real beef? It's like that with these vaccines where they're saying, we're going to revamp them. It's like, what the fuck did I get? I got 2 shots. What was in me? So,
well, it's still in you.
It's in there forever. Well, now they're saying, some scientists are saying there's no traces of it after like 6 months. That's why you have to get the booster because it's just gone.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Because then it's all out of me and I'm not getting it.
I don't need it anymore. Thank you guys so much. And I guess another part of this is where you live because I do talk to like my dad or my stepmom. Oh, Geezy! Thank you, Nathan, for gifting some subs. Yeah, I think that's another portion of this. Like, depending on where you live and the marketing that you're getting, like here in Texas, we didn't give a shit. Like, we were going to church and like not wearing masks at church. We were just living lives. People were getting COVID and surviving, and they would come back to church the next week, and the wheels on the bus go round and round. But in other places, like in New York, like in Illinois, like a China, they are like locking you in and welding your doors shut, and you're an evil person if you even go outside without a mask. So when people from it, like, I just had my aunt out here from Los Angeles. She's still masked up everywhere she goes and hand sanitizing everywhere she can. And I'm just thinking like, hey, that's you. You do you. I haven't done any of that and I'm still here. So I'm not going to, I know other old people. There's so many fucking old people that like Buc-ee's that aren't wearing masks and shit. They're all old, they're all old wearing their World War II hats. They don't give a fuck. So yeah, when I see Elmo getting his shot, trying to get our kids to get vaccinated, it really is like, and then of course they're just looking right at the parents like, I had questions too, but I got Elmo vaccinated. Keep that in mind. This all ends with vaccinations.
Dude, I'm surprised. I haven't looked at the COVID numbers in Utah in a long time because I've seen maybe like what it used to be like 1 out of 100 people would wear a mask here. It's gotten a little more. And we're not peaking or anything, so I don't know what the fuck why. Maybe because flu season's coming up. Sure. For our total cases and deaths, Utah has had 1,040,000 cases. Mm-hmm. How many deaths do you think there were?
Just in Utah? I mean, when you think of the millions that have passed away, you got to say it's like, out of 1 million people, you're saying? That actually sounded like a lot.
1,040 cases. Or 1,040,000 cases. I
mean, if there's 50 states and we've had 6 million deaths, and you've had that many cases, I have no idea. I have 100,000 people, 200,000, 300? No, 400,000,
5,000.
That's it. 5,000 people.
That's it, dude.
Who gives it? Like it's
to date, 5,000 out of it's like 0.004%.
It's all marketing. Well, even today at work, when we have somebody that we're trying to work with who's 80 years old, and my coworker's like, "That's so old," and I was like, "Look, that used to not be that old, all right? We just have an old fuck in the White House that makes you guys think 80 is incredibly old now. Like, people can be 80. William Shatner still acts. Betty White died at like 100, and she was still coherent. Like, people can be old and cognitive. We just happen to watch a guy on TV all the time who's not that. So you need to fix your perspective. So, Geezy, all of our parlays didn't hit before we ride off into the sunset. We got to cover this. The parlays did not hit. I did win a bet because I did bet $5 that the Raiders would cover, which they did. So nice. we did recoup some of our losses, so we'll take that and run with it. Now, I got a message from Glenn Beck. Now, I'm not sure if it's actually like Glenn Beck.
I would doubt it.
No, I mean, it could be. Why wouldn't it be? People reach out to me. So Glenn Beck reached out and said, we're doing this all wrong. We need to be doing round robins. So allegedly, which isn't the word for that, what Glenn Beck does, he does round robins where he's putting 10 cent bets down and it covers like every possible combination. So when we do like a 19 parlay, it covers every combination, even if it's a 10-cent bet. He was still able to win 100 and he wagered $50 and still won 150 this past weekend.
Think of how much fucking work that is, dude. If you've got,
I think it does it for you automatically, though.
I mean, okay, how do you figure that out? 9.
Wait.
If it's 50-50. Oh, so we got, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how many combinations there are. If there's 9 games with 2 teams as the option.
Fuck it. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Let's do a parlay right now. So I threw together that college parlay the night before. I threw it.
There's 512 options. Are you going to sit here and bet 10 cents 512 times and pick every option?
Hold on. Download that app. My poor wife, she's probably trying to watch this game and like doesn't know. Like if she's in the living room and she could just turn on Spectrum, like it's on. Yeah, you can use Spectrum in the living room. You can use Spectrum. She just wants to watch some damn baseball.
Google it.
Yeah, she just watch it illegally. Because in the room, it should be on the FS1 app, and I don't think she knows I got to do all that. So here we are. So I threw together the parlay for college, and that actually wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't that bad. I was actually kind of like shocked at, because there were some games I was really confident in. Like BYU was supposed to beat Notre Dame. How did BYU?
Ridiculous.
How did BYU lose that freaking game? I have no idea how. Hawaii covered the spread, by the way. We should have put money on Hawaii. All right, let's keep that in mind. But throughout those parlays, I'm trying to find the one I did for college. I guess it's right here. I can just go transactions and then go past 10 days, 7 days or whatever. So the college parlay was as such. It was Western Kentucky. They covered the spread against UTSA. Purdue beat Maryland, and they were given 3 points. So I was like, dude, Purdue's going to cover that easily. Purdue beat Minnesota. They're kind of on a roll. I liked giving them points against Maryland. Texas State covered against Appalachian State. They were given 19. I think Boston College ended up covering, but it didn't matter because BYU fucking lost to Notre Dame by 8 points, and they were only given 4. So that was a rough watch, too. I was watching that game pulling for BYU hard, and Notre Dame beat them. And then on our NFL, I guess it did. Yeah, it lets you know which ones you got right. So the Notre Dame was the only one we got wrong. The 14 parlay we did for the NFL this past Sunday was the Ravens didn't cover the spread against the Bengals. They won the game but didn't cover the spread. Tennessee Titans beat the Commanders, and that with their 2-point spread. The Giants were given 9 points and beat the Packers.
Moshed.
We were feeling great after that one. We were really like, dude, like this
woke up like, fuck, we already got to win.
Yeah, we got to win. All we need to do is for the Chargers to win by 3 points. We're going to be great. Chargers won by 2 points. They didn't cover the spread. Bunch of dickheads. A push on the Chargers at Browns. Like, I couldn't believe that. And then the Raiders beat the Chiefs. So that was a fun little, okay, we got some money back for that. So let's go through the NFL. I'll throw together the college one like we did last time. So now we could do this round robin thing, but I'm thinking, like I said, live by the sword, die by the sword. Let's wrap this up in like 5 to 10 minutes. So let's go through the Thursday night game. The Commanders are visiting the Bears. It's a push. It's a 1-point spread. They're thinking the Bears by 1. I have no interest in trying to pick a Thursday night game between these two teams because it's a home game for Chicago. You want to assume they're going to do well, but they just don't look good. Like the Washington Commanders don't look terrible. So 1 point seems appetizing, but that's not enough of a spread for me to like get it going.
Yeah, those are just 2 bad teams. I don't want to fucking bet on either of them.
Giants are visiting the Ravens. The Giants are being given 5.
Giants.
Giants
dude,
rule,
Giants
dude.
Are given 5?
Yeah, it's +5 Giants.
Didn't the Ravens just lose?
The Ravens beat the Bengals. Barely beat them.
Cover the 3 points.
They didn't cover the 3. It was 3.5 points. So I think they won by 3.
I don't. Who's home? Top team or bottom?
The Giants. Giants are home.
Dude, fucking Giants.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Giants. 5 points. Come on, that's a lot of points to give a team.
I win by 2 field goals.
The Giants can win that game. It's not like the Ravens. Yeah.
No, that's a lock. Take it.
We're Giants fans now. Let's fucking go. Danny
Hell
Dimes. Yeah. Saquon looks great. Bengals at Saints. The Bengals are the favorite by 2.
Wait, anybody in the chat, are there any significant injuries to the Giants that we don't know about?
Where's all the Giant fans at? Like, please let me know if that's like ridiculous. Like, what? How can you guys even think that they lost Saquon?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up OddsShark just to double check here.
Bengals and Saints. I don't want to.
Malachi Black says Seattle will beat Cardinals. We fucking suck.
I don't know about that. We'll have to see what the spread is. Jaguars and Colts. The Jags looked really shitty. I finally got to watch some of the highlights of that game today. Trevor Lawrence, does he know if he wants to be good or not? He can be good, but he didn't look good last week. So it's really hard.
The coach too, right?
Did they fire? No, they didn't fire Doug Peterson yet, did they? That was the Panthers.
Oh, Panthers, yeah.
Yeah, Panthers were the first team. Yeah, it was another cat team. Let's stick away.
Oh yeah, they've got the Giants winning 24-20.
That's what I have in my head. I had it like 39-20. Vikings, Dolphins. Vikings are 3-point favorites, so it's +3 for the Dolphins. Teddy Bridgewater. They got their asses beat by the Jets.
Tua is still out, though.
It kind of exposed them. Like, oh, you guys aren't that good. The Jets fucking housed them. I even kind of like the Vikings at -3. Like, I think they could win that by more than that. But we will not go with the Vikings. I was so glad because last Tuesday, when you and I, if anyone listens to these chronologically, we said we were going to bet on the Vikings, and I was putting the bets in on Friday night, and I just thought, no, I'm not doing that. I think the Bears might get this, might keep it a little close, and they didn't cover the spread was not covered, so we would have got that one wrong. So I'm glad I pulled off on that one. Patriots and Browns. The Patriots are being given 3 points. The Patriots are coming off they look pretty good against the Lions, 26-0. It's kind of weird to see them now being dogs against Cleveland, right?
The computer has the Browns 26-18 winning.
Really? Why?
I don't know. Let's see matchup here.
Dude, I'm picking the Patriots. +3 against Cleveland.
I mean, I'll root for them.
Dude,
of course.
I don't know how the Cleveland Browns.
There's a very interesting one coming up that you haven't seen yet that I think we got to take for sure.
Jets Packers +7. Are we thinking Jets, baby? They fuck us every week. We're not going with the Jets. Falcons +6 against the Niners. Now, Jimmy G hasn't looked that impressive.
Nick Bosa got hurt. Which Bosa?
I think they're both hurt, actually. I think Nick is hurt in San Francisco.
Both of those motherfuckers.
Yeah, both of them are hurt, dude. So I think we got to go with Atlanta, right? +6. Is Mariota playing? Is he good?
I'm more interested in the next game.
I'm picking the Falcons just tentatively.
No. Stay away from that.
6 points? You don't think they're going to... Remember, the Falcons are not as terrible as
What are the Niners, 4-2?
Maybe. Buccaneers and Steelers +3 for. Don't tell me you're considering Pittsburgh.
They have the Steelers winning outright.
How?
I think Tampa Bay. Everybody's fucking hurt.
Yeah, but the Steelers just lost 31-0 or whatever against Buffalo. And Tampa's defense is just as good. Maybe not. Is it as good as Buffalo's defense?
I don't know, man. I don't know why.
You think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to walk in to Pittsburgh?
Well, it's 9 points.
And upset the GOAT? Yeah, I think so too. 9 points is a lot. Because they're going to even be garbage time scoring that just doesn't even matter. It could just be like, hey, it's 21-7, and then the Steelers score like a last-minute touchdown that doesn't mean shit, but it just brings them within closer. Although, has Kenny Pickett put up any points yet?
His first game, I think he had like 2 rushing touchdowns.
Oh, that's all we need then. Cardinals are visiting the Seahawks. The Seahawks +3. That is appetizing.
I like that one. Geno Smith is balling.
I know Nathan Weller has no faith in the Cardinals. Kyler Murray finds a way to piss me off, though. He's the new Russell Wilson. Like, I don't think they're going to win, and then they just win games. So I'm okay picking Geno +3. I think that it's a little bit more than just the Seahawks, because even DK Metcalf had a great play. Their defense kept him within it against. I mean, obviously it was like 39-32, but that was a winnable game. Now they're going back to Quest. I think they have a chance. Or it's not called that anymore. What's it called now? The bank, the link. What's it called?
Where the Seahawks play?
Yeah, I forgot what it's called now. Is it CenturyLink Field? It used to be. It used to be Quest, and then it was CenturyLink. Seahawks +3. Let's do it.
Vleeties, do you know how much I like the Seahawks?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm asking.
They make me so happy because just this week I just watched video replay of somebody recording a party when they threw it and fucking threw the interception in the touchdown.
Oh,
in the end zone, and all the Seahawks fans are like, "Fuck!" And there's kids crying because all the grown-ups are yelling.
Oh, the adults are furious.
I to this day still just watch replays of that.
So the Panthers are being given 10.5 against the Rams.
Rams all day.
-10.5.
Yeah, against the Panthers, it got shut out.
Oh, dude, -10.5.
Is that who it was?
But this is going to be Panthers with a new coach. Their offense is terrible and all, but they have to win by 11. Can they do that? You think so?
The computer has them winning 17-28.
That's 11. That's barely. I don't know, dude. I feel like I could pick them to win. That's an easy win.
Malachi Black says Baker is hurt.
What did he say? Baker Mayfield. Oh, yeah, Baker's out. That doesn't help me, though. I feel like that doesn't help my situation here.
Who's the backup?
I don't know. Okay, fine. The Rams -10. That's such a long spread. That's a huge spread. 10.5. That feels so risky to me. But it is a home game. It's in SoFi. Let's do it, baby. Now this one's going to hurt. Okay.
EJ Walker is in the lineup.
Oh, he's a scrambler, though.
Who's that?
Know. He was a Houston Roughneck. He played in the XFL.
He's going to run all over the Rams defense.
Buffalo Bills and the Chiefs. I don't think anyone wants to even touch that. That's going to be yeah.
I mean, I'll take the I won't take. What's the over?
Chiefs are the over. The over's 54. So that's. I mean, I can imagine both teams getting 30.
Both defenses are good.
Yeah, no, both defenses are too good because even the Chiefs. The Chiefs and Raiders was 59 points, right? So you can imagine this game also being 59 points.
Yeah. Take the over.
You want to do the over, huh? No, what if because even the Chiefs had that game against the Colts where they only scored like 14. We'll do over and unders later. Let's do that one later. Cowboys and Eagles. Cowboys are 4.5. I hope the Cowboys win. It's rush week. However,
you're playing the only undefeated team.
Jalen Hurts with their starters, they're all looking good. So it's rush week against Jalen Hurts at home, Sunday Night Football. I can see the Cowboys winning. I really can, but I can also see the Eagles winning by halftime. So I don't think I could pick anything on that game. I'm going to leave that one as it is. Broncos being given 5 points against the Chargers. That's the perfect spread because
the Eagles are #1 power rankings right now.
Yeah, they're the only undefeated team. They're kind of that's where you have to have them, I guess.
Sure. Bills and Chiefs are 2 and 3.
So if we click on this little icon, a round robin wager is an easy way to create multiple parlays. Select between 3 and 8 events, then combine them into several parlays of 2 to 7 teams. So when you click on a round robin, risk per bet, you can put let's say 10 cents or $10 per one. Is that it? So it's 10 times 25. Is that what that's saying? So I have to go 0.10.
Right, yeah.
0.10
to win $13.
Is that what that means?
I don't know.
No. Because look, that means I'm only wagering because there's total bets. There's 25 combinations out of all the teams that we picked. So if we increase that to $1, total stake would be $25. Possible winnings $138.
But that's if we win every parlay, which is impossible.
Isn't that if just one parlay hits? Because only one's going to hit, right?
Oh, you're betting. It's just making a bunch of individual parlays, 25 different ones.
So you're winning a $1 parlay is all it's going to be. You're just losing $24 in the process, right?
Yeah, and you're only winning what? I don't know. This is confusing. Read the fucking information again.
Read it all out one more time. A round robin wager is an easy way to create multiple parlays at once. Select between 3 and 8 events, then combine them into several parlays of 2 to 7 teams. So as you can see, when I create the parlays, right? All right, so I click round robin. So here's a 2-team parlay. So there's 10 bets that'll make 2-team parlays. There's 10 bets of 3-team parlays. And then there's going to be 5 bets of 14 parlays. So out of all the games that we think we have the answer to, they create a parlay for each of that. So that way it's
and
combined.
How much does each of those pay for our $1 bet?
So if we risk it, if we go on all options, if we put a $1 on all of them, the most we can win is $138, right?
Okay.
And that's betting $25. So
I'm so confused.
So, but here's what we can also do. We can also go individually. Like here's 2-team parlays, 10 bets. So that would mean Patriots, Giants, Patriots, Steelers, Patriots, Seahawks, Patriots, Rams, or Giants, Steelers, Giants, Seahawks, Giants, Rams. So like all the possible combinations. We can even specifically say we want to bet $20 on all those. That would bet $200 for. So you could also modify it to bet which ones you want to put more money on. So like these $2 ones, which pay out less, we could put $2 down, totaling 20 to win 50. That would at least make our money back. It is a little confusing when I say this all out loud.
No, but because you got to hit most of them to win that, right? Or is it just if you hit one of them?
I think if you just hit one, right? Isn't that possible winnings? Or is it just if you hit one, you win like $10? But you can win multiple. I don't know. Fuck it. Glenn Beck, explain this to me one more time.
I'll do some more research for
We're going to do more research. Right now, we have 5 picks with a plus 2,235 payout. So let's say we put our magical $10 on it. That'll pay out at $223.55, bro. So let's run this down again. Let me know if any of these scare you now that I'm saying them out loud.
Wait. What about the Chargers over the Broncos, dude?
With the 5 points?
Only 5 points?
Dude, that's
the Broncos are garbage. Dude.
Chargers almost lost to the Browns. Let that sink in. Let it marinate. The Chargers also, one of the Bosa's are hurt. So Joey or Nick, that guy's hurt.
Bosa, those.
Herbert's rib is like still broken. I think Keenan Allen's still hurt. So it's Michael. Eckler did have a good game against Cleveland. So maybe they just lean on him for the whole game.
I mean, that's the Raiders' only win this season is the Broncos, dude.
Yeah, but damn it. So Patriots +3. Giants +5. All right, so that would be Patriots beating the Browns or losing within 2. Giants +5 over the Ravens. I think they're going to win that game, so I'm not worried about that. Steelers +9 against Tampa. That one I'm curious about. That'll be seat clinching. Seahawks +3 against the Cardinals. The Seahawks are at home, so they just need to keep that close. And then Panthers, Rams, 10.5 point, dude. I mean, that's a lot, but I see what you guys are doing. Do you want to add just some outrights to try and pepper this up a little bit? Like not saying the spread, but like let's just say we think that the Bengals will beat the Saints, right?
Malachi Black says Gino is gonna have 3 picks.
Oh, now he's got me worried. What do you think, Gino 3 picks or Gino 3 touchdowns?
I think Gino 3 touchdowns. I am worried about the Steelers pick right now, though. But let's take the Bengals. I don't know. I don't like that one.
Okay, Jaguars at Colts.
I'm thinking Colts easy.
Colts win, right?
But it's not going to do much for our bet. What did that bump up to?
Let's see. Now we had $10. It upped it up to $3.96. That's huge.
What was it before?
$2.20 or something.
Oh shit! Just from that one?
Yeah. Look, let's take it off. You take that off, and then you have $10 risk. You're at $223.55.
Do it.
So you
even a -135, it still bumps up.
I think because it is a parlay. Like all of this stuff has to hit.
So yeah, as soon as you add another team, you're like significantly decreasing your chances.
You're changing everything dramatically here. So Vikings, Dolphins. I think the Vikings will win that.
I think so too.
Vikings. $10 bet.
Hopefully Tua does play. It might even be.
Hopefully he gets in there.
Can't see straight still.
So that means we have a total of 7 bets on this parlay. So 7 things have to hit. $10 pays out at $6.50. That seems like a good bet.
You're gonna pass up Green Bay beating the Jets?
Oh, at home. That's a good point. Should we just throw them in there?
Yeah, let's see what happens there.
What if it lowers it? $8.39. That's not a bad call. So is there anyone now that we kind of see like with how high we can get it on an 18 parlay? Like Giants, I'm okay with that one. Patriots at Browns being given 3 points. I mean, I think the Patriots can do it, but do you want to root for your team? And if they fuck it up for us, would that upset you?
It won't upset me. It's fine.
All right. We'll go with that.
I think Patriots, Giants, Vikings, Packers,
Steelers
Pittsburgh.
+9. Yeah. I mean, that's the scariest one.
I'm fine to take it out now that we got all the other spread picks or the other
let's get them
straight
out
up
here.
picks.
So we got rid of them. The Seahawks +3, Colts to win outright, Rams -10.5. That one scares me, but that doesn't mean it won't happen. So $10.
Oh my God, Pittsburgh doubled it.
Yeah, because that's a huge spread, and it's the shitty Steelers going up against Tom Brady.
I'm much more confident the Rams covering than the Steelers.
But Tom Brady's going through a divorce. That might inspire him, though, huh? Let's not get greedy. We got 7 bets, $444 payout. Let's place the bet, and let's enjoy some football this Sunday. So I'll get that posted in the Discord. I'll also put the college one in the Discord as well.
College, just pick the Gators, pick Hawaii, and pick ones that make sense.
We just want to root for our teams, and hopefully we win money. So we'll do that.
Pick the game. If we root for our teams to lose, fuck it. Pick the right spread, but pick our teams.
Yeah, I'm going to watch those games anyway, so I might as well put some money on it, so at least there's a little skin in the game, literally. So we covered it all, Zach. We went a little long tonight. Gino's waiting in the wings. We were able to talk some football. We were able to talk some vaccines, some Sesame Street. All kinds of stuff came up. Did we miss anything?
I don't think so, man. We hit it all. I just need to know, can you please ask as soon as you guys start, because I'm hanging out, why does Gino not have a job yet? What the fuck is he doing? Is he still working out naked? Does he like my profile picture in Kevin's Discord? Just ask him some questions about his life.
I have to know. I'm like, that's really he was so excited. Like he messages me earlier. He's like, it's gonna be a great night. We talk wrestling. Like he wants to talk some wrestling.
Well, it's just good wrestling.
Yeah, it's good wrestling, and like it's all good. Every single thing is good, and there's nothing bad. So, like,
does he have a vacuum yet? Like, fuck.
See all of these amazing questions that we still don't have answers to. So. Yeah, I'll ask him the hard-hitting questions. I know that he wants to just talk some wrestling.
Ladies, he has more dildos than vacuums.
See? Gino, there's the problem. Like he's like, how do you not have a vacuum? It's fascinating because there's cheap-ass vacuums out there. So we're definitely going to have to go in and get that mystery solved. But other than that, I think we about covered it. Let's take a quick break. For every podcast listener, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. It's always good to have the podcasters out there. People at work. Hopefully you made it to this part. Thank you so much for listening. And once we do the bets part, that's when I have the most fun. We might even just have to do that separately, like not even put that on the podcast anymore. Like maybe that'll be a Subscribe Star exclusive. Which
just a 10-minute betting corner.
I did put. Well, it would be longer if we could do the college stuff too. But I did put 5 more episodes of Vleeties on what's it called? On Subscribe Star. I'm going to put some more up there this weekend. So, yeah, there will be more stuff being added. At least Friday nights, dude, I can add a bunch of stuff. So that's my goal. Let's put stuff up there. I think you and I will just have to start. Maybe we get on a little earlier and do the betting part, and then we could start the show. We'll put all that up on the.
Well, I told you, dude, anytime I'll put the fucking red zone in the Discord, we can have the watch party.
We need to do that. We absolutely.
We can do fucking live bets during the games.
Yeah, which I did on that first Thursday night when I accidentally deposited that money and they gave me, hey, here's $50. You gotta use it all now though.
8 seconds to bet it.
Yeah, once they did that, I was like, oh no! But I think it all worked out. So let's see. I think there's a new Amaro track. Well, I think it's coming soon though. It's not out yet, but let's listen to some Amaro. It's my brother's band. And then when we get back, it'll be me, it'll be my main man Sonic_Gino. Talk some wrestling. So let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Easy, thanks for hanging out, my friend.
Have a good night, bros.
We did it.